Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of the Cubs Line Podcast. I'm Ryan Dunleavy,
And I'm Ron Zolnski.
and today we are joined by Travis from Travis Takes the Loop. Travis, thank you for coming on today. You want to tell fans a little bit about yourself and your channel?
Yeah, definitely. Travis Takes the Loop. It's pretty much the all Chicago sports. I'm not even gonna say podcast. It started off like that, but I just couldn't run my own podcast, so I started doing little shorts. I want to say honestly, during Cubs season is when I really started. Last year during Cubs season, which was a great time for me. Um, but yeah, pretty much, I just talk about the Cubs, Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks. Sometimes I throw in a little White Sox then and there. But I'm a Cubs fan at heart, so it's kind of hard for me to talk about the White Sox. But yeah, pretty much. My short form videos are just talking about just news around the Chicago sports area. And on YouTube, I post interviews with just broadcasters, athletes, and just any people involved in the sports world, specifically Chicago sports world. So, yeah, that's pretty much my channel. That's the description about my channel. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love that. As we're also diehard Chicago sports fans from Cubs to Blackhawks to Bulls to Bears. So,
Yeah.
love that you kind of cover everything.
Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely. I try to target every audience in my
Yeah.
in my accounts, in my content. So yeah.
Mhm. So on today, we'll talk a little bit about Cubs 5-2 win, Game One against Baltimore. Big win to start off this road series as they head to Baltimore and then finish off in Cincinnati, looking to get some momentum heading into the All Star break. Go to you first, Ryan. What are your thoughts on today's 5-2 win?
Pretty good game. I mean, highlighted by Matthew Boyd. Finally got him, back with a good start since the injury. But I mean, it's one you really needed. 10 hits today, 5 runs. I feel like they could have produced a little bit more, but did the job to win the game. And I mean, pretty quick to the point here. Pretty solid win today.
Yeah, Travis, what do you think about this big one today?
Pretty much what my boy Ryan said. Matthew Boyd just dealt today, 7 strikeouts, 6 innings of a 0 run ball. The offense was average. It was just like another day at the ballpark. Bregman came through in some situations. Fine, seems like he's starting to do that a little bit more. Dansby Swanson RBI single in the eighth inning. I want so yeah. I just like seeing the through in big moments. So I would say definitely that. But I guess the headline of the game was definitely Matthew. I he was so much fun to watch tonight.
Yeah, Travis, what you were saying, Matthew Boyd was great tonight. Even from the first inning, the velocity was there. He was topping out around 96. You don't see that from Matt Boyd a lot. And if the Cubs can get the Matt Boyd from last season, the guy that was shutting down the Padres and the Brewers in the playoffs, like that's going to be huge for this rotation, especially with Ben Brown hurt, all these guys hurt, and some of the guys underperforming. That's going to be big. And another thing I want to talk about in today's ball game was Dansby Swanson was 2 for 4. Miguel Amaya was 2 for 4. Miguel Amaya scored 3 runs today. So, I mean, you love that production from the 8-9 spot, and especially from Amaya, who's been struggling at the plate a lot as of recent. So, just to see him start to get some momentum, and if you can have Carson Kelly and Miguel Amaya both firing on all cylinders, like that's going to be a really good catching split. And especially with Dansby Swanson, I think his batting average was around 180, I would say maybe 3 weeks ago, and now he's back up to 211. So Dansby Swanson's been great as of late. I mean, Rye, what have you kind of seen from Dansby to kind of turn this whole slump around?
Well, I've noticed that during his slump, all he was trying to do was pull the ball, pull the ball, pull the ball, and we're finally starting to see him, start to go the other way. I know a lot of his home runs have been to left field, but I feel like his swing is just a lot more fixed. He's not going all the way out here to try and pull the ball into left field to get all his hits. His RBI today was to right field, so. That's kind of the biggest thing I've noticed is he's just kind of squared himself at the plate and he's finally able to start going the other way and work everywhere on the diamond.
Yeah, Travis, what have you seen from Dansby just from in this 3 week span?
So Dansby Swanson, you know, he's my guy. He's honestly probably one of my favorite players, even though he's having a pretty rough year. Well, 3 weeks ago. But Dansby, yeah, pretty much just what Ryan said. Most of the season, he's been trying to the ball a lot. And all it was just a rollover ground ball to third base for an out. Lately, from what I've seen, is that he's going pitch, so it's not like he's just swinging out of his trying to hit the ball out of the ballpark. He's letting the pitch come. And then another thing is, I feel like a lot uh weeks from Dansby is they've been poking the ball the other is what I like to see from guys. Just not trying to do not trying to do too much, and yeah, just poking their way, getting on base just that way instead of just hit the ball 500 feet or 800 feet. So that's what I've seen from Dansby past few
Yeah, and
weeks.
I do want to jump in there, and I did talk about a lot, when the Cubs were really trending down. It's just everybody was just trying to do too much, hit the ball out, and when it was just like, just do your job, and I feel like you said, that's exactly what Dansby's been doing. So I do feel like that's another step to why he's been so productive in these last couple weeks.
And I might add, I feel like Dansby Swanson's confidence has just gone way up. Like honestly, ever since he hit that first home run, maybe I think it was against Colorado, is when I really saw turn a page just because he started hitting the ball harder. It wasn't like, he was popping up I just saw a ton of hard contact time ever since that home run he hit against Colorado that one day.
Yeah,
And then the New York Mets series, I mean, he homered like almost every single game. So, I mean, yeah, I just honestly, I like for me, I have a soft spot for Dansby Swanson. I don't know why, I just always did. So it's kind of fun seeing him, absolutely rake right now.
yeah, and the thing about Dansby Swanson is you don't need him to be hitting 300 with a million home runs. Like you just need him to be average because how good he is defensively.
Yeah,
Like single-handedly last year, he won them that Padres series just purely on his defense. Like some of the plays that he can make, unreal. So at the plate, you don't need him to do too much. Like if he's hitting around 250, 260 with say 25 bombs a year, like that's perfect. Like you don't need him to do too much, but you also need some sort of production offensively. As good as he is defensively, you can't have a guy who's hitting 180 and just a liability to the offense. But he's really simplified everything. And as much as he has simplified it, he's starting to find the long ball too. As you were talking about that Mets series, I mean, maybe 5 home runs in that series. The Padres series, he had a 3 home run game with maybe 1 or 2 the night before. And he's really starting to find that long ball. Even in that Cardinals game Saturday, that's the home run most days. The wind took that ball. That's a tie ball game. That's a big knock from Dansby. So you don't need him really to do too much. As long as he can be average at the plate, his defense is really going to be the main factor within his game.
Yeah, I agree
but
with that.
yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good. Yeah.
so we'll talk a little bit about today's game. Shane Baz shoved the first inning. I thought it was going to be a long day after that first PCA at bat. I think he was topping out around 98, 99. As he was a former prospect with the Rays, I believe, was a part of a couple trades, never was really founded at the big league level. Another thing is kind of weird rain delay. It was a 56-minute rain delay, no rain in Baltimore. Kind of weird how they did that, but Mother Nature cooperated, which was good. And
Thank
then,
goodness.
yeah,
I did
that
not
would
want to
have
miss a
been
game.
no,
I
um,
hate that. I hate the weather sometimes with baseball. Just don't like it.
yeah, that's the worst part sometimes. Those early in the season games, 30 degrees, just brutal
Yeah,
baseball. And then bottom of the first, Boyd started off with a big strikeout on Taylor Ward. Henderson hit a first pitch single, but he got out of it. Cubs went 1-2-3, top of the second, and then leadoff walk from Kobe Mayo, but Boyd worked a ground out, line out, fly out to get out of it. Top of the third, Amayo worked a really nice at bat with 2 outs, worked a walk. Didn't swing the bat at all, but walks a walk. And then PCA came up, smoked the ball. It was a 2-2 changeup down in the zone. I think it was like 97 miles an hour. So runners on first and second, and Alex Bregman finally came through with runners in scoring position. Big knock, 1-0 game. I mean, I feel like Bregman is starting to trend up, I will say, because some of those at bats with runners in scoring position were really bad earlier in the year, and he's finally starting to come through with runners on finally.
Yeah, like I'll say he's trending up. He's had some struggles, especially over the weekend, like in the Fourth of July game against St. Louis. He was in that big spot, another pop out. But I'll say the ABs have looked better. He finally delivered tonight. Hopefully he can have a good finish here to the break, and then take that momentum into the second half. But yeah, I do kind of agree with you. It does seem like he's starting to trend into the right direction.
I agree. I think right now, I think he's just been just average. Especially in July, I think right now, the bat he's driven in runs. He drove three, I want to say, in that Cardinal series, maybe only two. Not that much. You're paying him a bunch of money to drive in, like, at least 90 plus a year. But I don't think that's going to be happening. But I'm hoping that maybe this July get him right, and then August, September, and hopefully in October when we're in the playoffs, that he's just absolutely raking the ball and hitting the ball out, hitting the ball in the air more, popping
And
up
that's what you
as much
need.
as he is.
Yeah, because Bregman won a World Series with the Astros, hit a walk off in the World Series, to that matter. But you need him to come through in these clutch situations because that's what he's getting paid the big bucks for. But on the other side, last 7 games he's hitting 286, so he is starting to find a stride here. And the Cubs really need Alex Bregman to find it offensively because he's obviously very good defensively, Gold Glove at third base. But if he can really start to find his stride offensively, that's going to be huge for this Cubs lineup.
Yeah, I agree with you. They're again, like you said, they're paying him the big bucks to drive in runs. He hasn't been doing that at all, but hopefully he can find the momentum to get in the right direction.
I'm hoping that this is just his only year where he's just complete like terrible. We
Yeah,
need this. I'm hoping that it's just like, oh,
his
this is just
worst
like,
year, his worst
yeah,
year with the Cubs. Yeah,
let's like it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. I'm hoping by year five, maybe he's like, like all time legend, hopefully. So
he's getting a statue. Exactly. Yeah.
yeah, we'll
I mean,
see.
yeah,
Hopefully we have two World Series championships year five. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Really. Yeah. I know. That's what they paid him to do.
yeah, that's
yes,
what you're
sir.
paying him for. And hopefully, I mean, not even statue, but hopefully he just get back to his all-star form next year. Like typically year in, year out, he's playing in the all-star game. This year didn't get the nod, rightfully so, but hopefully he could get back to his all-star form. And I thought he started off the year pretty good. I mean, I was at the Nationals game. I think it was their third game of the year, 2 bombs. I'm like, all right, yeah, he's gonna get hot. And then just never really got hot, was just really mediocre and wasn't coming through in the big spots when they needed him to. All right, so then Michael Bush worked a walk. Seiya Tua a little bit too greedy, swung at a pitch out of the zone, popped out. But Cubs did get a run, and then Rutschman hit a 2-out single in the bottom of the third, but then Boyd was able to strike out Gunnar Henderson. Top of the fourth, the Cubs went down 1-2-3. Bottom of the fifth is when Matt Boyd started getting a little bit of trouble. Pete Alonso hit a leadoff single. Ball smoked 111 off the bat. And then Matt Boyd hit Kobe Mayo on a first pitch curveball. Then he got a big strikeout on Samuel Basallo. Really nice slider there from Boyd on the last pitch, dotted the zone there. And then another strikeout on Blaze Alexander. And then finished it off, strikeout on Dylan Beavers. Boyd was pumped up coming off of the mound. I mean, striking out 3 guys in a row, that's huge. And if Matt Boyd can just find his rhythm, not even asking him to be like a complete ace, if he can find rhythm and go back to the Matt Boyd that he was last year, that's going to be so big for this rotation, especially when it comes to the meaningful game in a month or two. Like that's going to be so big with Matt Boyd getting his stride back.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Matt Boyd last year, like, I don't think any of us expected him to be as good as he was. And like, starting game one of the playoffs, game one against Milwaukee didn't go as planned, but he did come back in game four. He shoved, able to get the Cubs into, a possibility of winning that series. But obviously we can both agree that he hasn't been close to what he was last year. I mean, but again, maybe tonight was a preview of what we're gonna see. And like you said, he needs to find rhythm. He doesn't need to pitch, a sub one ERA for the rest of the year. Just find rhythm. Don't be really bad. Just limit the trouble, and I think he'll be completely fine. And you need a guy like him to step up because especially now with all the injuries and all the underperformers, you're really gonna need that.
Yeah, I totally agree. Matthew Boyd, I actually think ever since from coming off the IL. I think he's actually pretty solid. I think has been he does the job. He does the job right. I don't think he really has had a game yet where he's been absolutely horrendous. Like even what was the first game he pitched against? I want to say he only gave up 2 runs, 3 runs, but he only went like 4 innings. It was one of
Mets.
the
Uh,
Mets.
believe so.
I
No,
can't.
Mets actually he gave up no runs in
Oh, he gave up
4.2.
no runs. I know
It was
he
San
pitched a
Diego.
lot. Like
San Diego.
he had a very high pitch count, I thought.
It was the San
Uh,
Diego game, I believe. He gave
was
up
it the
three
San?
runs and five. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was the game. Yeah, I mean, you just get, as of right now with Matthew Boyd, I just don't do too much. Just for me, just keep doing what you've been doing. We're not gonna get this guy from last year, of course. I think even last year, I think he even surprised himself with how good he was. But all I ask of him is just, hey, go 5 to 6 innings of maybe 2 run ball, 1 run ball, hell, even three run ball. But as long as they're striking out guys, not giving up too much damage, I'm perfectly fine with that. I feel like this Cubs offense, especially as of late, heating up a little bit. They've been scoring some runs, so I think you can definitely give up 3 runs and still win the ball game.
Yeah, 100%. And Boyd has a 4.57 ERA throughout his career. And when the Cubs signed him last year, it wasn't supposed to be a flashy signing. He was coming in more to be a 4-5 guy in that rotation who already had Justin Steele, Cade Horton, Jamison Tyon, Shota Imanaga, guys who have been proven in the league. He was coming in to be more of a 4-5 starter. I mean, he got hot, made it to the All-Star game, was the game 1 starter for the playoffs, shoved in game 4 against Milwaukee, pretty much getting the Cubs to that game 5. And he hasn't even been bad this year, I would say. I mean, 4.31 ERA, 4-1 on the year. He just got to keep it simple, kind of Travis and Ryan, what you guys were saying. Doesn't have to be too flashy, 2 to 3 runs a game. I mean, as long as he's not getting killed and he's keeping the game within reach, then that's totally fine. He's just got to keep it simple. And if Matt Boyd can find his stride and to where he was last year, that's going to be so big for this Cubs team and especially the rotation. And especially in these meaningful games, I mean, it's coming up on us. The deadline's in less than a month. And after the deadline, that's when the clock really starts ticking with the playoffs. And that's when you really got to find your stride and get hot. So that's really big with Matt Boyd getting back in his stride. And then top of the fifth inning, Dansby with a single, Amaya with the double. So runners on second and third for Pete. Of course, he comes through, delivers 103 off the bat. Single makes it 2-0. And then Bregman grounds into a force out. Initially, this was called a double play. Missed call by the umpire. Craig challenges it. Fielder's choice. Cubs go up 3-0 with Bregman on first with 1 out. Michael Bush with another really good at bat. Another thing about Michael Bush is I feel like he's working a lot more walks than he did last year. Last year and the year before that, a little bit aggressive, but Bush has been working a lot of walks, and if him and Pete can work walks, that's going to be huge for this team.
Yeah, like but before you said about Pete, I was literally just gonna say it's really like Pete. He was very aggressive. Didn't really hurt him too much last year just because of how productive he was, but he had that really, really slow start this year. And I think, a part of his success has just been getting on base, giving him the confidence, and then he's been able to come through. But yeah, I agree with you. The ABs have looked just so much better, and he's starting to draw a lot of walks, and that's something you're going to need from I mean everybody, but especially a guy like Michael Bush.
I mean, for me, I think it's not even just PCA and Michael Bush. I think it's the entire team. The entire team, I think, has been working in their ABs. They've all been walking. So I'm not just going to say it's just one guy, but I guess the most improvement is from specific players like PCA is that PCA is walking more this year. He's already walked more this year than he did all of last year. So, I mean, I have to give it to the guy, man. I thought for sure. Like, usually guys that chase a lot, it usually never goes away. But for him, I mean, it's got to be like a record that like he just doesn't chase anymore. Anything outside the zone, it just feels like, oh, he's not gonna strike out. He doesn't strike out anymore. Like what?
Yeah, he was one of the best eyes on the team now, and
Yeah,
it was terrible in the past.
I
And the
would get
thing
so
about
frustrated. I would get so frustrated with PCA, man. Like I would
Yeah,
be
it
like,
was
dude,
bad.
the pitch hit you. How are you swinging at that?
Yeah, and it was a fastball too. Like,
Exactly.
yeah,
yeah, He's really just like settled down, I feel like, at the plate. Like he's relaxed a lot. Like he'd come up in a big spot last year, runners in scoring position, strike out on 3 pitches, 2 of them in the dirt. He's a lot more settled down. And here's the thing. If you want to walk him, go ahead, put him on first base. Then he's gonna steal second, and that's pretty much a leadoff double. And if you're not gonna walk him and you're gonna pitch to him, he's gonna make you pay. So you kind of got to pick your battles with Pete. You either walk him, turn into a leadoff double, or you pitch to him. He's going to make you pay. And that's such a big part of Pete's game now in the leadoff spot. Just walking, stealing bases, that's putting this lineup in such great spots. And you have good hitters like Alex Bregman, Michael Busch, Seiya Suzuki coming up after to get him in. So that factor of Pete's game is, I think, what's improved the most within his stretch.
I will say, Pete Crow, he's embraced the leadoff role. The leadoff guy is always supposed to be the guy that just gets on base no matter what. Like no matter if it's a walk, it's a error, or if it's a single, or if it's a double. It's the leadoff guy is always supposed to be the guy that just gets the inning started for you. He's the leadoff man. He's gotta find a way to get on base, and I think he's definitely embraced that. Um, as as much as I would love to see him maybe bat or five, because I just can't stand seeing Suzuki or Happ in that spot right now. But um, just having Pete in the leadoff spot just gets the team rolling and going. I mean, as we've seen, Bregman starting to heat up a little bit, so hopefully, it trends upwards. I'm driving in more runs, and Armstrong coming around and scoring with the guys behind him. I mean, that's pretty much what a leadoff guy is supposed to be. It's kind of like Ian Happ used to lead off, and he used to embrace that role as well. Just he always worked walks, he always singled the get innings started. I know like that anymore, but that's really what I like seeing out of the leadoff guys is just getting on base. I love seeing of the leadoff guy is always supposed to be the guy that leads the team in walks or leads the team in on base percentage. So I love that about P right now is that he's just taking, he's being patient at the plate, and it's just baseball.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
when the Cubs were in that bad stretch, Craig Counsell was trying to make a lot of switches within the lineup. And the big one was moving PCA to the leadoff spot. And Craig really hit the nail on the head with that one. Pete, as you said, that's what a leadoff man has to do. They're fast, they get on base no matter what it is, error, hit by pitch, walk, single, no matter what. And he's really embracing that role. And he's hitting 293 right now. Like the PCA from years past would not be hitting 293. And it's just unreal the strides he'd made from the start of this year to where we are right now. And I don't know how he's not the starting center fielder for the National League. Completely robbed of that.
It's a crime. It's a crime.
It is. It is. And then bottom of the fifth inning, Ward walked but then grounded into a double play. Top of the sixth, Conforto with a 2-out walk. Then Dansby grounded into a force out. Bottom of the sixth inning, Matt Boyd, 1-2-3 inning. That'd be it for his start. Really nice outing for Matthew Boyd. 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. He threw 93 pitches, 64 of them for strikes. His ERA went down to a 4.31. Got the win in this ball game. Moved up to 4-1 on the year. Top of the seventh inning, Amaya hit a leadoff single, and then Pete flew out, hit this ball well though. And then Bregman with a double to center field. Runners on second and third. Michael Busch does his job. Sack fly. I mean, that's all you got to do in that spot. That's a run right there. Good job from Michael Busch. Makes it 4-0. And then Seiya struck out. He had a rough game today with runners in scoring position, grounding into a double play, pop out, and a strikeout. Bottom of the seventh inning, Ryan Rollison came in, gave up a leadoff single to Baisalo, and then Alexander hit a single. O'Neill came in to pinch hit for Beavers, struck out, big strikeout there from Rollison. And then after that, Leody Tavares came in. Rollison struck him out, another big strikeout. He walked Taylor Ward. That'd be it for Rollison. So Jacob Webb came into the game, 2 outs, bases loaded. Gave up a single to Adley Rutschman to right field. Smoked this ball 108 off the bat. 2 runs came in to score, but one of them was on the air by Seiya Suzuki. Made it 4-2. But then Gunnar Henderson strikeout. Jacob Webb got out of it with only 2 runs. Cubs still with a 2-run lead. And then top of the eighth inning, Hap grounded out, and then Nico with a single stole a bag. And I think we really got to see this more from Nico. Nico's only hitting 242 right now compared to he was hitting about 270, 280 earlier in the year. If Nico can just find ways to get on base and steal bags, that's going to be so big for this team. And he doesn't need to be flashy. He doesn't need to hit bombs, extra base hits. Like little bloop singles is going to do for Nico. And he can steal bags, turn singles into doubles. And that's going to be so big for this team.
Yeah, Nico has always been, Mr. Bloop single, soft double in the gap. Like that's just what he is. That's his identity. And I think all he needs to do is just put the bat to the ball. He used to never strike out. Like last year, he was one of the fewest on the team in strikeouts. He may have been, the fewest in like eligible guys, but he used to never strike out. And I just think that's all he needs to do. Put the bat to the ball, and I think, he's going to be able to steal bags. He's fast enough to do that. He's never been a home run hitter, and I think he just needs to stick to his identity, and he'll be completely fine.
Nico, for me, I actually think Nico's actually been a little bit more key this year than in previous years because the strikeouts are still very, very low. Like I want to say it was only like 3%, which is like super low. It's like the best in baseball. But I think just this year, I think it's much more pops and then it feels like every single smoke a ball, it feels like it goes right to the center fielder, left fielder. But yeah, usually I think he's more so trying to pull the ball and hit the home run more. At the start of the season, he had like 3 home runs within 2 weeks. And we're like, oh yeah, MVP sees Nico, and then just fell off the face of the earth. But no, I think this year I think it's definitely been a lucky year for him. I just gonna keep up though. I think he's gonna get back on track. I think season I think he'll be at like at least 280, at least 280. Driven in like 6 runs. But yeah, this is definitely a very weird corner for me this year because in previous years he was like the best bat team. So
He was the standard leadoff hitter, and that
yeah,
that role's gone to Pete now.
yeah, definitely. But the defense golden though. So
Yeah,
Yeah, and I think that's never going away.
yeah,
not at
the
all.
Cubs.
Especially with Dansby too. When he was in his stretch, like he is still great defensively. Even Bregman struggling, still a great defender. This team is such good defensively. Like all pitchers got to do is keep the ball in the yard, and they're going to be fine because how good this team is defensively.
Yeah, unfortunately they have not done that much this year. The team or
No,
lead the league
that's
in MLB what in home runs given
runs a
up.
lot.
So
Yeah,
yeah, so it's
I
pretty
mean,
it's pretty frustrating because a
very.
lot of the guys on our pitching staff are fly ball. Sometimes Wrigley. It feels like more so this year than this year's that the ball is just flying on out of there at Wrigley. So I mean, Jameson
Yeah.
Taillon giving up 30 home runs by now if he didn't get hurt.
If I'm gonna be
So
honest, like these are bad signings by Jed though. Like, why are you signing fly ball pitchers, knowing Wrigley is a hitters friendly park? When the wind's blowing out, an average fly ball is gonna go out. Like Tyon, Shota, they've been known as fly ball pitchers. Personally, I was not a big fan of bringing Shota back this year, especially after the rough playoff stint he had last year. And just the past 2 years, his first year was great, but the amount of home runs he gave up last year, especially as a fly ball pitcher. Like that's going to happen at Wrigley Field. So I like the trade for David Peterson because he's a very ground ball heavy pitcher. And with the infield you're working with the Cubs with Nico Swanson, Dansby, or oh my gosh, Nico Dansby and Bregman, you're gonna get a lot more outs than you're gonna get with the Mets, as they are one of the worst defensive teams in the league. So I personally didn't like those signings by Jed because they're fly ball pitchers and they need to get more guys who can pitch to contact and get outs, like Matt Boyd, like David Peterson.
exactly. Exactly. I mean, Jed Hoyer's always Jed, it's always a hot and cold relate with him for me. I feel like sometimes like okay, this is actually not that bad of like the David Peterson trade I actually thought it was not that bad. He got absolutely roughed up in the last game. I don't expect that in the future, but I did like that trade just because the ground ball rate is just so high that it's like there's no way that he's gonna be on the Cubs. But yeah, like specifically the bullpen, I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, who are these people? I've never heard of these guys. Jay,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Jaden
We talked
Murray,
about that.
Jaden
Yeah.
Murray is just like the top guy on my list. I'm who in the hell is this guy? Jaden Murray? Like I've never heard of this dude.
We
Yeah. I
talked
know. Yeah.
last show. I think we are talking about like their whole bullpen is guys that have gotten DFA'd. Like Bryce Wilson took down the Brewers, got DFA'd maybe a couple weeks ago. I mean, even look at the pitchers from tonight. Obviously, Jacob Webb they signed, Ryan Rolison, guy that got DFA'd, Tyler Ferguson, guy that got DFA'd, Trent Thornton, guy that got DFA'd. Like these are all guys that have gotten DFA'd, just random pickups. Especially, I mean, this is the most injury-prone pitching staff I've seen in a long time, but so you kind of got to get creative in that
Maybe
aspect.
ever, maybe ever.
Yeah,
I've never seen a team be banged up like
unreal.
this. It's
Yeah,
insane.
Me neither. I think we don't we lead the league in like most pitching injuries, most
I
arm
think.
oh, by
tears.
far.
Damn near our entire opening day rotation is out. It's
Case.
Yeah.
insane.
Shoot, even Jackson Wiggins was hurt, and he's our top prospect, the guy that's going to come up.
Our top pitching prospect is hurt. But I did want to.
Every
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry.
did. No, you're
I'm
good. You're
sorry.
good. Yeah, you're
The
good.
the
Um,
the entire organization is hurt. It's just
Literally,
we
no,
can't
it's
get
just everybody's fallen. But
Terrible.
I did want to go back though to the Peterson move, and I liked what you said about like the ground ball rate and everything. And I did like this move because I believe it was it? No, it wasn't Ben. Was it Ben Brown that got hurt the night before or the night before the
Couple
trade?
days prior.
So, like, you had to make a move because there was literally nobody else. Like, there wasn't anybody available to
yeah.
take the spot in the rotation. So, I didn't mind that move. It's a guy that you didn't have to give up too much for. And I mean, his first start in Milwaukee was really great. Obviously, the last one we don't talk about, but I think he'll be completely fine and he'll fit in the rotation well.
Yeah, so do I. I really like that move for low price as well. High ground ball pitcher with the best defensive infield in the league as well. So then in the bottom of the eighth inning, Tyler Ferguson worked a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the ninth inning, PCA lined out, Breggy grounded out, and Bushy flew out. Bottom of the ninth, Trent Thornton came in for the save, ground out, strikeout, ground out. Cubs go on to win this ball game 5-2. So a question that kind of came up for me. We've seen Jacob Webb close games. We've seen Trent Thornton close games. Who do you guys like as the closer for the foreseeable future until we get Daniel Palencia back?
I mean, I feel like we're going through this question every show. Like it's a different guy or a different name every time. But I don't. I mean, I don't know if I really trust Trent Thornton as a closer. I like Rollison more. In the sixth or seventh inning. Jacob Webb, he's really shaky. Like I don't know. I honestly don't even have an answer. I'm gonna be completely honest.
So
Yeah.
is the question who would I rather have closed, like
Just
Jacob
who's you in general in the
just in
closing spot?
general?
Yeah.
Oh boy. Um I don't know. I think I just kind of have to like oh man.
Just roll with the matchup. Honestly, like you
I
don't
think
have like
so. Yeah.
yeah.
I think you're gonna have
Personally,
to do
I
that.
like Trent Thornton. Because Thornton, I mean, I think he signed with the Cubs maybe 13 hours prior, shut down the Reds in extra innings with the runner on second, got the fans fired up, and he's been really good, honestly. 2.63 ERA. He's been good in the big moments. He hasn't really blown a game that I can think of. He's been good this year. That's who I would have closing, but if it's a lefty matchup and you like Caleb Thielbar, I go Caleb Thielbar against the lefties. But if it's righties, I go to Trent Thornton because Webb has blown a couple of games and he can be a little shaky.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, so who's your guys' player of the game for today? Mine, I'm gonna go with obviously Matt Boyd, 6 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts. But from a hitting standpoint, I'm gonna go Alex Bregman. He was 2 for 5 today with 2 RBIs and a double. Rye, I'll go to you first on this one.
So my answer is gonna be Bregman, trying to find his stride. Couple knocks today, couple RBIs. The guys in scoring position. Very unlike what he's been doing. My secondary, I'll go with Pete. Um, Very productive at the leadoff spot. Had an RBI today. Was hitting the ball pretty hard. So that's my other selection.
I have a weird one. I got two guys. I got one pitcher, one hitter. So I got Dansby as the hitter. I think just yeah, bats today. I think he was seeing it well today. Every single every single ball he hit today were hit. I think he hit one that was like 1-on, and it was like right to the left fielder, but like pretty much every at bat, it was either a single or a hard hit single or just getting on base. But I do think that run that he drove in, I want to say it was the eighth inning, was a heat run. I'm more comfortable with a 3-run lead than a 2 lead, so I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And then
especially
I
with the bullpen.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
I
then
mean, yeah.
my pitcher, uh, I know Ryan just said Matthew Boyd. I'm trying to be here. Tyler Ferguson. Tyler Ferguson, I think he shut down. He was shut down in that eighth inning
He
today. He
was
went 1, 2, 3. Honestly,
Eight pitch inning.
yeah, it was low stress. I was like, oh yeah, I could like relax. Let's go.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but
You're
yeah,
right.
so it's just me being different. Tyler Ferguson. But if I'm gonna be like guy that, was outstanding, it was probably Matt Boyd. 6 innings, shutout, 7 strikeouts, 93 pitches. Yeah, like he could have gone another inning if we really wanted to. But I get it. You don't wanna overstretch him, especially with all the injuries right now. So yeah. Those are my
100%.
guys. Those are my players of the games, I guess.
Yeah, I like what I've been seeing from Tyler Ferguson. Obviously, he gave up that big home run against Jordan Walker on Sunday, I believe it was. Just served up a curveball high in the zone. Walker took a yard, but he has the velocity, and if he can figure out his location, then I think he'll be fine. He'll be a solid arm in this bullpen for the foreseeable future. So we'll take a look at tomorrow's game. Game two on the series. 5:35 start Central Time. On the bump for the Cubs is Colin Ray. He is 6-5 on the year with a 4.74 ERA on the year. And then on the mound for the Orioles tomorrow is Dean Kramer. Kramer hasn't had that many starts this year, but he is 1-1 with a 3.18 ERA as he's faced some injuries this year. Only 3 games this year. I'm not sure if he's only had one start before this. He had 2 starts at the beginning of the year, struggled in that. His first start back was, I believe, a week ago from today. It was against the White Sox. He got the win. He went 6 innings, 4 hits, 1 run, 4 strikeouts. So only 3 appearances from Dean Kramer all year. So it'll be interesting to see what are your guys' keys to the game tomorrow. Travis, I'll go to you first.
Colin Ray. I think he has to have a good game. You never really know what Colin Ray gives you. It's either going to be the one that goes 5 innings, 2-run ball, or it's the one that goes 3 innings, gives up 5 runs, walks 3 guys, gives up 7 hits. It's either that one. Colin Ray recently has been solid, so hopefully it's the good one. Another key, uh, offense. I think you gotta score more runs, keep working the walks, keep getting ahead in counts. Yeah, those are pretty much my keys of the game.
Yeah, so I agree with you there, Colin Ray. You need to have a good outing. I mean, we're gonna say that every day he's on the bump, but I think for the offense, you're not gonna be able to give him a 3-run cushion. That's just not a recipe for success when he's on the bump. So I think you're just gonna have to do your job when guys are in scoring position with less than 2 outs. Maybe bunt, sack, a lot of sack flies, just kind of those kind of things. But you can't be up there with first and second, nobody out, and come up with nothing. You're gonna have to be able to do your job tomorrow. Um, I mean, I think maybe 6 runs is the magic number to get tomorrow to win. But yeah, those are my keys. Just do your job. Do your job at the plate.
Yeah, mine, Colin Ray, you got to be serviceable. Just don't be terrible. I'd say like
Yeah,
3 to 4 runs is the
try
max.
not to suck.
Yeah, he's been very inconsistent this year. So if you could get a decent start from Colin Ray, that would be big. And then I would just say really get to Dean Kramer early in the game. He's only had one start leading up to this, been facing injuries all year. You're probably not going to get 100% from him, especially second start back. So really start early and often. PCA, Bregman, Bush set the tone on this guy. And yeah, those are my 2 keys to tomorrow's game. So now we'll take a look at the scores around the MLB from tonight's slate. Obviously Cubs big 5-2 win. We'll do a little standing update after too. The Red Sox beat the White Sox 8-1. Cedric Rafaela with the home run in that game. The Rockies are beating the Dodgers 4-3. Otani with his 300th career home run. I don't know about you guys, but I'm the biggest Dalton rushing hater. I cannot stand the guy. If you saw
Everyone hates him,
yesterday's
man.
game, another fight, I can't stand him.
And of course, didn't he hit the walk off too?
He did, yeah.
Of course.
Did you see the thing on Twitter? I want to say it was
Yeah,
John
yeah, the
Boy. I think it was
Dodgers.
John Boy or whatever talking baseball. They said like, "Up, Dalton Rush again," and then like, "Get you won't believe what Dalton Rushing just did," and then like the Dodgers replied saying like he just walked it off.
Yeah, yeah,
I
I
thought that
saw
was kind
that.
of funny. It was kind of
Oh,
cold.
No, I like that. Yeah, but oh my gosh, I hate Dalton Rushing so much.
yeah, I can't stand him. I hope Palencia puts one right at his ribs when the Cubs play them next series because when Amaya was stealing, he's like fat, fuck. And then Nico like gave him a dirty look. Like I can't stand him.
I mean, does anybody really like the Dodgers in general? Like,
No, I
it,
cannot.
I
That's
I
not e-
used to like when I was like 5 or 6, like or like when the Cubs were playing them in the playoffs, like I didn't mind them, but just how they've done things in the past, like I cannot stand them anymore. I
you know,
hate the Dodgers.
I hate when teams just other teams. I think the Cubs are actually somewhat a way too, just buying all the best players because you're the biggest
especially
market, of
PCA.
course. Yeah, except for yeah, but I mean the Yankees, they always try to get the best players. They had Juan Soto, they had Devin Williams, and the New York Mets are like, oh, hey, it's like the Yankees leftover. You can have Juan
Yeah.
Soto, and Devin Williams. They could just suck for you guys, but
Yeah.
The Dodgers is kind of unfair. I hate the show contract. What it was like 10-year deal, and it's like he only gets paid like $2 million a season, and then he
Yeah, he
finally gets
deferred
paid all
all
the
of it.
money at the end.
And
It's
then he
such
gets an
BS.
absolute bag in the last year of his contract.
That is
Yeah.
such BS. That is such
It's
BS. I hate that.
it's so stupid. And I think that's going to be why we have a lockout next year. They're going to make no deferred money and all that. Like it's going to be a pretty big
I
shakeup.
think the contracts are going to be shorter too. Contracts got to
Yeah,
be shorter.
hundred
5-year
percent.
deals. You got to go
You
NBA
can't have
deals.
these 14-year, $999 million contracts anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Brewers beat the Cardinals 4-3. Mizorowski struck out 11, moves to 10-4 in the year with a 1.62 ERA. Just unreal. The guy's unhittable. The Tigers beat the Athletics 6-2. Tariq Skubal with a solid outing in that one. The Pirates beat the Braves 12-4. Ryan O'Hearn with 3 home runs, 10 RBIs in this one. Paul Skeens, I didn't realize 7-8 on the year with the 3.58 ERA. That's not typical numbers from Paul Skeens.
Yeah, I mean,
No,
and what's crazy is the Pirates are playing some ball right now. They're
I've learned,
2 games over 500. I mean, that's obviously not great, but it's a lot better than past years with the Pirates. And it's a shock that their best year with Paul Skeens is the worst we've seen Paul Skeens. Pretty crazy, but yeah, it's been a shock to see Paul Skeens be so bad. This year. And I'm not saying a 3.58 is bad because I don't like to use the record because last year, I mean, he was like 1-6 with like a 1.8 ERA. So I don't really like to look at the records, but 3.58 for Paul Skeens, it's not very good.
no. I think record is one
no.
of the most overrated stats in baseball. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, it's so stupid. I mean, think about it, like the White Sox, when they won 41 games, like if they had an ace, that had like a 1.2 ERA, he's probably going to be like 2-11. So it's a stupid stat tease, and I don't think it should even be used anymore.
Yeah.
Except for wins.
Yeah,
Wins.
yeah, yeah,
Just keep
yeah.
the win. Just keep the wins.
This
Like
is how many wins he has. I think it should be more like, um, gosh, what's this with the outings? The
Quality starts.
quality starts. So thank you. Yes, quality starts. That should be used more than wins and losses.
I agree.
but Paul Skeens this year for me, well, his velocity has dipped a little bit, but he forced that, I think, in the off season that he could go down a little bit. I think this year, I think he's getting more chase on his pitches than previous years, but I think it's just just the hitter are just more adjusted to him. Um, and then other guys like Mizorowski, it's like, I'm sorry, I don't know how people can hit one. That's just insane. All he has to do is just throw on the play, and the guy will still probably strike out.
I mean, when is that guy's arm gonna fall off? I mean,
It's coming soon. I probably in the next like 4 or 5 years, he's gonna be at like a 95 velo.
It's the
Tommy
Brewers.
John's got his
It's the Brewers. It's
Tommy
just gonna
John.
stay.
Yeah, no, you're right. The Brewer black magic is gonna make him throw. He's gonna be throwing 109 in a couple of years and just keep that for 10 years.
Bro,
Yeah.
like I did before the season started, I did like predictions for like every division MLB this year, and I said like, okay, like I think I had like the Cardinals in last place, which is a bad take now, but like second place, I had the Brewers, even though like they traded Caleb Durbin, they got rid of Andrew Monasterio and a couple other guys. Like I'm sorry, it's just for some reason the Brewers just like these people just come in and all of us like they
Their
batted like one,
roster is worse than last year,
yeah, and they're
and they're
somehow
and they're
better.
better. Yeah, I know it's
Kyle
insane.
Harrison, they traded him for Durbin. He's been unreal, all-star. Like you can't even make it up. Like their bullpen's still loaded as usual. They got Trevor McGill, they got Abner Uribe. They're still loaded. Like they have all these prospects that they're locking up for 7, 8 year deals. Like
And yeah, and
unreal, unreal.
like me and you always just talk about like last year when the Cubs blew the division. What are you gonna do? The Brewers literally went on like a 30-7 run.
It was insane. They didn't lose a game. They
Like
could
they
not
didn't
lose.
they like we Ryan, we literally celebrated like a Cubs victory when the Brewers were just lose a game because it didn't happen.
It never
They
happened.
just didn't lose.
No, not at all.
And the pitching was amazing last year for them. I mean, the
Yeah.
pitching every single year for them is just I don't know. It's always the best in
Mizorowski,
baseball. It's always the
Woodruff,
best in baseball.
Freddie
Yeah,
Peralta, just Kyle Harrison now, Robert Gasser. Like it's just insane. They always find guys that are under the radar, have 3 to 4 good seasons, and ship them off for more prospects, bringing the next wave of new Brewers.
and I'm so nervous because at the trade deadline, like if the Cubs trade for, so I know he's having a rough season, but that's probably because it's. I'm so nervous that if he comes here, he's just suck. Like I'm
Yeah.
so nervous because for the Brewers, he shoved with the Brewers, but when he comes to the Cubs, he's probably gonna be like the guy that like walks everybody, these home
Yeah.
runs. Like
Yeah.
I'm so ready for that. We're gonna take the Brewers scraps, and they're just gonna be. It's
Sounds about right.
frustrating. It's
Yeah.
very frustrating.
Very. The Marlins beat the Mariners 6-5. Jacob Maressi hit a walk off in that one. The Rays beat the Yankees 6-4. Ian Seymour with a really solid start as he moves to 6-1. And Brian Baker, very underrated season, 24th save on the year with a 1.78 ERA. The Astros beat the Nationals 6-3. Altuve and Allen with big offensive games in that one. The Royals beat the Mets 16-12 in a slug off there. The Royals with 19 hits, and that's just a Mets game. If I'm going to be completely honest, like that is the most Mets game ever. The guy made his MLB debut, Matt Sillinger, at age 31. 2 innings, 5 hits, 7 runs. That's a Mets game right there.
It
Yes. I
is.
mean, you score 12 and you lose by 4. Like it's comical at this point.
And you gave up those 16 runs to the Royals.
The Royals, exact. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So I saw the one guy. I saw him last year because I went to the Cubs Royals
Frank the
game
Tank.
last year. It
Frank
was
the Tank.
no, it was Paul Bear. It was him. He went 5 for 5. That's
Oh,
what I saw tonight. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, you can't even make that up. The Phillies beat the Reds 4-1. Zach Wheeler with another great start goes to 9-1 on the year. The Twins beat the Guardians 3-1. Taj Bradley with another great start, and Cody Clemens with a bomb in that one. The Brewers beat the Cardinals 10-2 in Game 2 of the doubleheader. Robert Gasser shoved. So the Brewers sweep the Cardinals in doubleheader. I mean, can't even make it up. And just unreal. It was a 3-2 Milwaukee lead. They scored 7 runs in the seventh inning. That team just can't lose baseball games. It's that simple. The
They
Rangers
can.
beat the Angels 8-3. Ezekiel Duran hit the go-ahead single. The Padres beat the D-backs 4-1. Jake Cronenworth with a homer in that one. I don't know about you guys, but here's my big piece I want the Cubs to go get. I don't care what it takes as long as you don't have to blow up your farm system. Handpick whatever prospects you want, give you a major league ready guy. I want to go get Mason Miller. That would be so huge for this team because then it makes it an 8 inning game. I mean, shoot, sometimes it'd be a 7 inning game. Excuse me. You have Palencia in the eighth, Miller in the ninth. Like, how are teams going to hit that? And Mason Miller, you can get him under control. He could be your future closer. Palencia can be an 8th inning man. You're turning games into 7 inning games. That's what I really want the Cubs to go get more than anything.
But the problem is, it's just what you're gonna have to give up for him. And the Padres are also in the playoff race. So, like, are they
Not
really gonna get?
really. below 500, and they've been playing really bad ball as of late. Like if things start to spiral down, I mean, you got a couple of these guys on the last years of their contract.
What I mean is they're not like 9 games back.
Yeah, I get that.
Like they're not going to try to blow up the entire team. I mean, they could be looking, but the problem I have is like what you're going to have to give up for them.
Yeah, like if you have to say this is the package: Matt Shaw, Jackson Wiggins, Josiah Hartshorn, and then another like 7 through 10 prospect. Are you doing that?
Hell no. No way.
I don't
I
know if I
can't. I
would. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even think the farm system is that to begin with, but just to even giving up even
true.
more, I think no, that would just be stupid, I think. And I
Yeah.
know we
Yeah,
need bullpen. I know we need bullpen, but we just
You
gotta
can
get
do it
somebody else.
elsewhere. You can
Yeah,
do it elsewhere.
I
for
want to bank
cheaper.
in. I want to bank in on Palencia being the closer for us. I know, he's had a few injuries, but I just want to have him. I just want to in on him being the closer for the future instead
I
of
mean, don't get me wrong.
Miller.
I love Danny P, but he's been made of glass this year. Like, how many injuries has he had? Three, four. Like, that's my only concern with Palencia is he's always hurt, and he got hurt last year and wasn't really the same after that. Like, he's really just got to stay healthy. That's his big issue. Because when he's on the mound, he's great. Don't get me wrong. He's a great closer, but he's really just got it's simple as don't get hurt. Like, that's his big issue.
That's a lot of guys' issue on this team.
Yeah, especially the pitching staff.
That's a lot of guys on the team. Yeah.
Yeah. And then Blue Jays beat the Giants 9-3. Take a little standing look. Cubs trail the Brewers 7 games in the NL Central. I mean, it's the Brewers. They're probably fighting for a wild card spot again. Would be my guess. Just how this Brewers team is. They don't lose. They start off slow. They get hot, and they never come back down to earth. Atlanta's up on the Phillies 2 games in the NL East. Dodgers are up 14 and a half games on the Diamondbacks in the NL West. The Rays are up 4 games on the Yankees in the AL East. The White Sox are up a game on the Guardians in the AL Central. And the Mariners are up a half a game on Texas in the AL East. And then taking a little look at the wild card, Cubs are in the first wild card spot, up a game and a half. The Phillies are up a game. And then the Miami Marlins are in the last wild card spot. Kind of surprising. I mean, just an under the weather team.
Yeah.
Otto Lopez having a great season. A lot of guys
Yeah.
having sneaky good seasons for the Marlins.
Not this again where they get into the playoffs and then they lose 8-1, 9-0 again like 2023 when they stole our playoff spot
They
and then they
did.
go out and get embarrassed.
Yeah, that made me really mad. I'm not gonna lie. They took that spot and did nothing with it.
Yeah.
But
I always like the Marlins just
yeah,
like you don't hit them all year, and then all of a sudden it's like how have 86 wins? What like where where does that
I
come from?
know, yeah. What sucks is they still don't have fans in the park. Like it's a
no.
fun team to watch, and there's 100 fans every game. Like back your team. Like if you're not going to support the Rays out in Florida, like back your team in Miami. Like it sucks because like I've been to their stadium. It's a really nice stadium. I was there opening weekend in 2018 when the Cubs were there, and like it's a really nice stadium. And the fact that like no one backs the team, it's stupid because I've always respected the Marlins, and I feel like no one really hates the Marlins. But yeah, it sucks because I mean, they never have anybody in that park.
I don't know if you saw the clip like Sandy Alcantara. I think it might have been the lead for Marlin strikeouts. No one knew. The manager had to start clapping. Sandy had to take a step off the
Yeah,
mound. No one knew. Like
yeah,
that's a terrible fan
I've
base.
heard about it.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
saw that. Yeah, yeah. No, like the bench, like get the crowd going. Like, hey, like the best pitcher franchise just broke the record for strikeouts.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Nobody
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah.
and then they're like, it's probably like, hey, if you want to hit up a bar after this Marlin game, like, we don't
Yeah.
care, we
Want
win
to
or
just go
lose.
watch a baseball game? Like, yeah,
They want to go
Sounds
to the
like the White
beach.
Sox a couple of years ago.
yeah, yeah.
And this I know wild card race is going to get interesting though. I think Cardinals 2 games out, Pittsburgh 3 games out, Nationals 3.5 games out, having a sneaky good season under their new manager. Arizona 4.5 games out, San Diego 4.5 games out. Like that's going to be a good wild card race again. I think. I
It
think the Cubs
reminds
may
me. It
throw.
reminds me a lot of the 2024 NL wild card. Like the Cubs were like 3 games back, but like way toward the bottom of the NL. Like everyone's gonna be fighting, for that last couple spots. Come the 5 weeks.
I think the Cubs should be fine as long as they keep playing good ball, but it's going to be a dogfight for that last spot. Then the AL wild card, Yankees up 4, and then this is going to get interesting again too. Cleveland in the second spot, up a half a game. Texas is in that third spot. Houston is a half a game back, a game and a half back. Minnesota, after completely getting rid of everyone, only a game and a half back of that last wild card spot. Toronto 3.5 games back. I mean, they made the World Series last year. Never count them out. Boston 4 games back. Very good team there. Very solid pitching staff. Can't count them out. Baltimore 4.5 games. Tigers 5 games. Athletics 5 games. So that's gonna be another dogfight. So looks like we're in for a good wild card race again.
The
Yeah, I
American League is
mean,
so weak this year.
I was just
Oh,
gonna say the
oh
AL
my
Oh,
gosh.
sucks.
I think the
I
Cubs would maybe be in the lead.
I
They'd
talk
be
about
two
it
games out.
every single day. I talk about it every single day how this is so unfair. Like here's the White Sox, 3 games, 4 games over 500. They're somehow like a team in a bye. What?
Yeah, they get a
Like
bye. They would be
how
the 2 seed.
how do you get a bye?
They're
It's like
40. They're 47 and 43 and would have a bye. And the Cubs are
Yeah,
51 and 40 and would have to play in a wild card series and not
yeah,
even win their division.
that
yeah,
just
that's
sucks. That's
so
terrible.
weak.
And I'm
Really,
like the Orioles. Here's the Orioles. They're 4.5 games out, dude. They're 42-50. What?
yeah,
It's
it's insane.
unbelievable.
Unreal.
Do you guys think that the last spot in the AL? I've always said 82 and 80 was going to be the last spot. Do y'all think that could be
I
what
really
happens?
think it could. Like the way it's looking right now, there's teams that are 2 games under 500 and only like a half game back. Like that's unreal to me. I don't know about you guys, but the NL is gonna be it's majority teams over 500 at 500, and a team 1 game over 500 is in the wild card spot by a game and a half in the AL. Like that's unreal to me.
I would be pissed if I'm the Pirates. Like, dude, it's like we're 40, like whatever. They're 2 games over 500, and we're not even in a playoff spot. But here's
Even the
like,
Cardinals, they're 4 games over 500, outperforming everyone, and they're 2 games back. Like that's unreal to me.
no,
Yeah.
it definitely stinks. Yeah, no, definitely. I love it, but I hate it at the same time because like the Cubs they're in a tough league this year. They're in a tough division too.
Best division
So
in baseball, I think.
yeah, I think so too. But when we see our record, we're 11 games over 500, and it's like, within, 5 days we could be out of it. And then here's like the Red Sox who at one point had the worst record in baseball, and they're, right back in it, and they can make the playoffs under 500. Like that, that's got to be so frustrating. I would hate that.
Yeah,
41 and 48, and they're what, 4 games back?
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I like
unbelievable.
Red Sox are like my second team though. I'm a big Red Sox guy, so like obviously the Cubs are leap years ahead of them, but if I had to pick a number two, especially an AL team, it's the Red Sox for me. So I hope they sneak in. I like that team. Had some young guys there with the new manager.
That's fair. That's fair. I don't mind the Red Sox.
Yeah, so Travis on the Cubs Line podcast. I don't know if you know MLB Pickle. It's similar to Wordle kind of, but that's we do that and then we play Immaculate Grid. So I mean, just give us any player in the MLB right now.
Oh boy. Okay. So just give you any MLB player in the league right
Yes,
now.
yes.
Oh, uh, let's do. You know what? Let's do the Royals player. We'll do Tyler Tolbert. We'll do him
Tyler
tonight.
Tolbert. He's
Yes.
been on an unreal run as of late.
Yeah.
All right, he throws right-handed, not in the AL. So NL East throws right-handed. I think I'm gonna go Dalton Rushing. I believe he's a lefty hitter. All right, so he's in the NL, lefty righty, around 25 years old. So he's not in the NL Central or the NL West. So lefty righty in the
Owen Casey.
Owen Casey. That could work because he's not from the USA either.
Oh, he's not from the USA?
Not from the USA,
Oh,
no.
I'm gonna be really bad.
There we
Yeah,
go.
hold on. Oh,
Well,
Well, Canadian.
You
I'm
got
gonna
it
be
though.
really
Owen
bad.
Casey. Yes.
No
Wow.
What's
way.
up?
Love that.
Oh my gosh, that's my best guess ever.
Owen
Oh my
Casey.
god.
Yeah, that was
Wow.
unreal.
Yeah, no, I would have never guessed that. Honestly,
Yeah.
I probably couldn't even think of somebody.
Yeah.
Let's go. Oh my god.
So now we'll play some immaculate grids. So first we need a player who played for the Mariners and the Reds. Eugenio Suarez.
Yeah, probably him.
Gino. Eugenio.
Cleveland, Seattle.
Played on Cleveland and Seattle.
Cleveland and Seattle.
Yes. I'm trying to think.
Wait,
Didn't
Cincinnati. I feel like Cincinnati, Oakland is like
what's the dude's name? That power hitter?
Oh.
Edwin Encarnacion. Didn't
Edwin.
he?
Yeah, he did.
oh, that's
I
oh
did.
what
Right
a
field.
what a
I, I think he played. Yes.
He did.
Oh,
Yep.
dude.
Got that. And then played
Oh,
right field for the Mariners.
for
Mitch Haniger.
A's
Mitch
for,
Haniger. I'm gonna go for that.
for A's Cleveland. I went Coco Crisp.
Coco Crisp. And then I have a poll. I remember him from the deadline. Sam Mole for A's and Reds. I don't know why that sticks with me, but it does. Sam
Deadline
Mole.
move.
All right, 10 home run season on the Reds. Oh,
10
I'm
home
trying
run
to think
season
of a
on the
poll here.
Reds.
Tyler Stevenson might have. He might have. Yeah. Yep. Tyler Stevenson, .8. 10 home run season on the Guardians. I have one. The Franimal old Cub, Franmil Reyes.
Remember him?
Yep. And then right fielder for the A's.
Right fielder for the A's.
Yep.
Trying to think of try to pull like a poll here. Try to
I don't
Yeah.
want to come up with somebody obvious.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's
that's what I'm trying to think here too. Ooh. Does Lawrence Butler play? I know it's not a poll, but just like a safety option. I think he's their starting right fielder.
wait.
Who?
Jermaine Dye from Oakland in the Moneyball team.
Jermaine Dye.
Ow.
Yeah. 5%. And then right
Well, I
field,
was gonna
10 home run season. I say we go Seiya Suzuki for this one.
say Suzuki.
And we're immaculate with a rarity score of 46. Did a great job today, guys. Wow.
That is pretty solid.
Let's
Thank you
go.
guys for tuning in to today's episode. Travis, thank you so much for coming on. Make sure to go subscribe to him, follow him on Instagram. Travis Takes the Loop. We'll at him on Instagram. Travis, thank you so much for coming on to today's episode. Would love to have you back on.
Yes, sir. Thanks, guys. I really enjoyed my time here tonight. It's a little bit late, but
Yeah.
you got to get the stuff out
We'll
here.
get it
No,
done.
definitely. No,
Made it
appreciate
through.
you guys.
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah. Thank you,
Yes, sir. I'll
Sign off,
definitely come back
Ryan
on.
Dunleavy.
Ryan Zelensky.
Travis.
See you guys next episode.